Wherever you are, get comfortable. Sitting on the floor, lying on your bed. Maybe you're curled into the corner of your couch. Maybe you're in a corner of your room that finally feels quiet. Just take your time getting settled. There's no rush here. This isn't something you have to perform. This isn't somewhere you have to arrive at. You're already here. And that's enough. And if your eyes can close, let them close. If they can't, that's no problem. Just let them soften. Just a gaze low, no focus on anything in particular. Just let your visual field go a little bit blurry. Before we go anywhere else, I want you to notice that you made it here, which is not a small thing. Because for most of today, or most of yesterday, or most of this week, you were absorbing. You felt the mood in the room. The moment you walked in, you felt the way that one person's energy was off before they even said a word. Maybe you felt the lighting, the temperature. Maybe you felt the tone in the email, or the pause in the conversation that everyone else missed, or the way someone said your name. You didn't ask to feel any of it, you just did because that's how your system works. And by now you're not just tired, you're drained in a way that sleep doesn't quite fix. Because sleep resets your body, but it doesn't clear what your system has been holding. And that's what this meditation is for. Not to fix you, not to make you less sensitive, just to give your system some space to calm down from the intensity and to let go of what's still being carried. So first thing, put a hand somewhere that feels solid. On your chest, on your stomach, on the arm of the chair, on the floor beside you. Somewhere that has weight and warmth. Feel the weight of your hand. That's the anchor. That's the thing you can always come back to when the volume gets too much. Take a slow breath in and a slower breath out. And notice just for a moment the difference between the breath in and the breath out. The in is effort. The out is release. So take another in and out. And one more time, slower this time. In and a long, slow breath out. Now I want you to know something that almost nobody says about sensitivity. The sensitivity isn't the problem. The world will tell you to be more resilient, to toughen up, to not take things so personally, to breathe through it, to not let it get to you, to meditate more, to journal it out, to set better boundaries. And every one of those instructions underneath is saying, stop being who you are. But the sensitivity is not a design flaw. It's not a weakness you have to overcome. It's not something you outgrow. It's how you were wired. And it's the same wiring that makes you noticeable in the room, that lets you know when a friend is not okay before they say a word, that makes you the person people come to when they're falling apart, that makes you a better teacher, a better partner, a better listener, a better human. The problem was never the sensitivity. The problem is the on switch that never turns off. You have a system that picks up everything, and nobody ever taught you how to close the door for a few minutes so the volume can come down. That's what we're doing right now. Take another breath in and a slow breath out. Notice that you don't have to feel anyone else's mood. Right in this moment, you don't have to read the room. You don't have to catch the thing everyone else missed. You don't have to be useful to anyone. Right now, the only thing your system has to do is be here. Where the light is what it is, where the room is what it is, where your hand is what it is. Let that land for a moment. You don't have to be useful to anyone, not right now. Now let's do a small body release, because a sensitive body has been holding on all day and it doesn't know how to let go without permission. Bring your attention to your shoulders. Just notice where they are. If they're up around your ears, let them drop. Just drop, not a stretch, not a shrug, a drop. Take a breath in and out. Notice your jaw. Notice if it's clenched, if your teeth are touching each other, if your tongue is pressed to the roof of your mouth. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Let your teeth part just slightly. Let your jaw go a little bit slack. Take a breath in and out. Now the space between your eyebrows, that little muscle that furrows when you're concentrating, when you're worrying, when you're reading the room, let it soften. Your forehead can be smooth for a minute. You don't have to be figuring anything out right now. Take a breath in and a slower breath out. Now your belly. Sensitive people tend to hold their breath high in the chest, because when you're absorbing everything, your body braces and your breath goes shallow. So I want you to see if this next breath can go a little bit lower, down past your chest, into your belly. You might feel your hand move. That's the breath finally going where it belongs. So take another in through your belly and out slowly. One more. I want you to notice what's still being carried. Not to fix it, not to name it, just to notice. Maybe it's a comment someone made, or the look on someone's face, or the email you haven't answered, or the mood you walked into, or the thing you overheard. Whatever's still in your system, still humming, still holding some space inside your chest or your throat or your stomach, just notice it's there. You don't have to figure out whose it is. You don't have to work out whether it was fair. You don't have to solve it. You just have to notice, this is what I'm carrying. Take a breath in and out. Now gently imagine setting it down, not throwing it away, not deciding it doesn't matter. Just down on the floor beside you, on the table next to you, somewhere it's not inside you for a few minutes. You can pick it back up if you need to, but for right now it doesn't have to be inside your chest. I want you to take another breath in and then take a longer breath out. I want you to notice that nothing bad happened when you set it down. The world didn't fall apart. The person is still fine. The situation is still whatever it is. You were just carrying something that didn't have to be inside your body. That's a habit, not a duty. Take another breath. Here's what I want you to know for the next time the volume in the world gets too much. You don't have to fix your sensitivity. You have to learn to close the door. Not for hours, not for a whole day, just for a few minutes. Enough time to let your system come down. Enough time to remember that the sensitivity is yours and not everyone else's stuff you've been carrying. There's a difference between feeling everything and carrying everything. Feeling is what the wiring does. It's automatic. It's what makes you you. Carrying is what happens when you don't put anything down. You can feel everyone in the room and still not carry them home. That's the thing this practice is teaching you. Come here, come to the hand, come to the breath, come to the room that isn't asking anything of you. Let the door close, let the system come down. And then when you're ready, open the door again, because that's what a sensitive person does. That's your gift. But now the volume is at a level you can actually work with. So I want you to take one more breath in and then a very slow breath out. I want you to notice how your body feels now compared to when we started. May not be calm, but it may be softer, a little less braced, a little less on. That's the beginning of learning to close the door. You can come back here as often as you need to. This place doesn't go anywhere. Your hand is always available. Your breath is always available. The room that isn't asking anything of you is always available, even if you have to build it in your own mind while the world is still loud around you. Take one more breath. Notice the weight of your hand. Notice the room. You don't have to be less sensitive today. You just had to know when to close the door. So when you're ready, and there's no rush, just whenever, let your eyes open. And go gently. The world will be there when you get back, and you'll meet it with more of yourself than you had before.